one step ahead of me.
I've been using this thing all the time. Like, I just have to swivel around. If you're just listening on Spotify, you won't see that I'm sitting on my exercise ball.
Because she is pregnant.
I have to, and like when I go back and edit the podcast, I look at myself and I'm like, I just look like a blob on the bed. Like, I feel like such a big blob.
No, you don't. Half the time your belly's hanging out.
I know. Half the time it's like just gut hanging out.
Oh my god! I swear it just moved right then.
Really? Probably did. It moves a lot.
It's because it's going. Oh my god! That's the one.
That's the one that imprinted on me.
I've been manifesting that Zoe went into labour while we filmed this episode.
It could happen. I'm 39 weeks in like 3 days or 4 days or something. So it could happen anytime. And we've been going for like really big walks every day, trying to bring it on. I've been trying to do like all the natural things to try to make it happen.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's my update. That's it. I have nothing else to say besides.
You are ready.
I'm so pregnant. I'm ready to give birth.
B just told me she was going to blow up the pool and everything.
Yeah.
Like,
blow up the birth pool. I know. I actually do have an update. I've been like,
oh yeah, please.
Really, really emotional. Like,
same.
Fucked up.
It's
like,
the moon.
Is it?
Like, I don't know if it's this moon,
but
we're about to have a full moon in Aries on Friday.
Okay.
Which is a new super moon.
Right.
We already had 2 super moons in August, so we're kind of only really getting out of the wrath of that.
Okay.
Mercury's only just stopped retrograding for like the 4th time this year, and now we're about to have a new super moon.
I feel it.
Yeah.
Because I have been every single day. I just keep thinking like, I'm on the brink of crying at all times.
It could just be because you're pregnant.
Yeah.
Like, that more likely.
It's more likely that.
But I don't have an excuse. I'm blaming the moon.
You're just on the brink of crying just for lols.
Yeah.
I feel like so the other day, it was like 2 days ago, and I started to feel like, fuck, I feel really emotional all the time. I know it's just pregnancy. I know it's just hormones. But then when it happened on the second day, and I was like, I'm literally home by myself all day, every day.
Oh my God.
And I can't do this. Like, I feel like I'm going crazy. But then also I don't want to see anyone. Like, I can't actually, I'm like, I just want to be alone.
It's a lot.
But yeah, it's a lot. And so I was like, what should I do to like get this emotion out? And so I just went and read a heap of text messages from my mum. And it just fucking opened the floodgates. Like, for those who don't know, my mum passed away like a year and a half ago. So I just went back and read all these messages, and I was just like uncontrollably sobbing. Oh. But afterwards, I felt so good.
I almost just cried.
Like, it felt really fucking good to let it all out.
I mean, crying is meant to be such a healing feeling, like actually releasing that emotion. And I guess with that situation, there's never going to be like an off tap. Like, it's always going to make you emotional. So if you felt the need to cry,
I just feel like if you need to let emotion out and you know what your triggers are, just trigger yourself. Just let it out.
Yeah, that's what I do. I overthink. I create every terrible situation in my head and paint them all out from beginning to end, and then sit and dwell on them for days and get really deep in my head and just cry the whole time.
Yeah.
And then I come out of it.
It works, honestly. It's like not a bad thing to be sad. Sometimes you just need to be sad, and if you need to cry, then find your trigger and just let it happen.
Found yours.
Yeah. I feel like we spend so much time trying to avoid our triggers that make us sad, but it's like, fuck, just let yourself cry.
Yeah, preach it, sis.
Is that your update as well?
Oh my God.
We've both just been emotional wrecks this whole week.
Oh, I'm very open on the podcast about my mental health, and lately she's been on the rocks. I definitely have identified my triggers, I guess. I'm going to say a lot of it has to do with routine change. Since being back at work, it's been a few weeks now of just like solid working 2 jobs, from doing OnlyFans and having complete and total freedom to do whatever I fucking want all the time.
And now you're on other people's time.
Yeah. Like, just constant. And then like I'm exhausted. I'm driving a lot. Like, I do a lot of driving with working in Brisbane as well. And then my partner lives in Burleigh, so like it's just a lot of driving.
Yeah.
So it's just been heavy. And then I get really bad seasonal depression as well. And because the sky was sad for like 4 days, I was sad.
Seasonal depression is normally defined as like just winter, but yours is like...
Mine's like...
a season changes
anything that's not sunny and like beautiful. Like I definitely have... And I don't know if that's just depression.
Maybe.
But... I also have decided I'm going to go to therapy for the first time ever. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I've only told Lily and Olivia about that actually.
And now you're telling
I'm telling Lucas.
The ex-best friends.
Yeah, I just feel like it's time. I feel like there's been a lot of like major things in my life that have happened that I've not processed and dealt with.
Holy shit, this is amazing.
So yeah, I feel like it's the time that I'm like finally ready to accept help.
Yeah.
And I feel like therapy should be encouraged, and I think I'm also surrounded by people that encourage it. And I just want to be like my best self all the time.
How did you find it? How does it work? How do you find it?
So technically you can just go to a therapist, like book in to see a psychiatrist or a psychologist or whomever they may be. But I was just recommended to go on a mental health care plan.
Oh, yes, I've heard of them.
Yeah, that's so good, my mum and I were just talking about that, and I was just going kind of down that rabbit hole. Because I just feel like maybe I should stop trying to fix my problems with drinking. That sounds like an alcoholic problem.
Honestly, though, like, to even come to that decision.
I'm sitting here with the Prosecco. But also, this is fun, like, a little bit of... It's just a Prosecco.
Yeah. And you're drinking... As long as you can control...
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't know, I just feel like the fact that you're going to therapy, you're already trying to control your...
I've taken the step to book the first initial appointment, but I haven't gone yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard really good things about mental health care plans though, because you at least get a block of care, so you know you've got, say, like 7 sessions or something to work on all your different problems.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, my highs are really, really high, and then I don't have often lows. I mean, I feel like I talk on here like I have often lows, but like to me, they're not that often.
Yeah.
So I just feel like I just need some help dealing with the lows.
And that's the thing. It's not a bad thing to have a low, but it's how you deal with it.
Yeah.
And you maybe just need extra help to deal with those situations.
Yeah.
And also someone to talk to unbiasedly about things that you probably haven't spoken to people about. Because I feel like when you talk to your friends about your problem, not just you, but people in general, we kind of like have this tendency to like make a joke about it or like make it like I don't know, like I literally just told a funny story about how I was crying about reading my mum's text messages. You know what I mean? Like,
but that's super sad. And like
but it's like actually super depressing. Yeah. So it's like when you have a therapist, at least it's someone who is actually going to break down your emotions and
ask you the questions that are going to, I feel like, open up doors that you don't really know about.
Yeah. And therapists as well, I've heard, I've never done it, but I've heard a lot of people say that they like when their therapist calls them out on their behaviour. Like you might be saying a situation, a therapist might say, well, maybe because you did X, Y, Z, and then you're like, fuck.
It's going to be a process, but I
just tell them everything. Just literally let it all out.
I know. I've started writing because I think I told you that I was doing like voice memo, like diary entries.
Yeah.
And I've been doing that for a few months now. And that's definitely been helping. But I feel like if I like just went into a therapist's office and just like played them back one of the things, I'd be like, okay, well, let's start at this one and then we'll go to this one, because I feel like
that's a good idea.
There's a lot, but also I could almost just write in a notes like a notes app thing on my phone and be like all of the points that like these crazy things that happened that I haven't dealt with.
Yeah.
Let's start at the top.
Yeah. Wow. Good on you.
Yeah, I just want to be my best self. Why not? I'm approaching 30. One day I want to be a mum. I don't want to carry any sort of trauma into my children's lives.
No, definitely
or
not.
on in my life. So that's where I'm at.
And if you've already recognised that you know you're masking problems with alcohol, you need to make a decision to be like, okay, I've got to find another outlet to deal with this.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely don't have any sort of alcohol problem. Like, I don't drink during the week. I mean, it's fucking Wednesday right now. I'm drinking a Prosecco. But like, I don't drink when I like cook dinner, and I don't just drink casually. This is purely for the podcast.
Yeah.
But normally when I drink on the weekends, I just like make up for all the time that I don't drink during the week.
Yeah.
So
true. Binge drinking is just as bad as drinking like small amounts throughout the week anyway.
Yeah.
I know. I found the same actually when after Mum passed away, because I was obviously in the most depressive state I've ever been in my life.
Of course.
I think I got really written off one time with some of my friends. I just went to a friend's house and just got absolutely just...
Getting drunk in a house is different too.
Yeah, just insanely drunk and dealt with that. And then after that I was like, no, I think I want to be sober because I don't want to rely on this. And so I didn't drink for like... I think I didn't drink for like 6 months after Mum passed away because I actively was like, if I do keep drinking to make this something that makes me happy, then I'm just going to rely on it.
Yeah.
And so I just stopped doing it, and then obviously got pregnant, and so didn't drink anyway, so haven't drank in so long.
You're going to have half a glass of red soon, and it's going to be like, woo!
Yeah, it's going to be so good. We actually went out to dinner and had a non-alcoholic beer. It was so fucking good.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, I will continue to drink this.
You
when
look
I'm not
like
pregnant.
such a daddy in your pic too, with your collared like button-up shirt and your big tummy and your beer.
And my non-alcoholic beer.
Yeah.
I loved it. I would literally buy that even when I'm not pregnant and just have non-alcoholic beer at home.
Wow.
It was good.
I do like to say that the alcohol's like intake is a lot about what it looks like. If you get a cute drink, it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the vibe. It's just the place of where you are.
Mm.
It's just like the energy of being around other people, feeling a bit buzzed.
Yeah.
But we're not trying to promote
Alcoholism.
using alcohol for...
This is just our story.
Yeah, this is just our life.
Yeah.
So that's your update at the moment? Going to therapy?
Yeah, that's definitely the direction I'm going in. Besides that, work is just hectic. Relationships great.
That's good.
They're great. Such an angel. And everything else is just work. It's all I do now. I'm like, wow, this is just like...
Everybody listening who like has always had a full-time job is like, yeah, bitch.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah. I'm like, and it's not like I work like a crazy roster. I only work 3 days a week and then 3 nights a week. And it's like, it's not hectic or anything, but like the sun fucking shining and I'm like, oh, do I really need this job?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, like, do I
know.
continue? Like, do I, I'm like, I have such a...
Plus going from not working and doing whatever you want. Well, you were working, but like you had a lot more freedom.
Yeah. But it's alright. No, because I don't want to do OnlyFans. That's the thing. The only issue, like, I would happily do that for a long time if I wanted to do it, but it makes me feel insecure about myself when I'm trying to take content when I don't want to, and then I like pick myself apart and I think I'm a fat troll and I have like real issues.
That would actually be so weird just thinking about it, because I go back and edit this footage from the podcast and I edit my vlogs and I've looked at myself on camera a lot, but that would be a totally different type of editing sexual footage of yourself.
Yeah, I actually found out that I have a mole in my butt crack.
Really?
Yeah.
From editing?
Yeah.
Nice.
Like a big black mole. And my ex,
wild.
it's so funny. When I first started doing OnlyFans, I was editing and I figured it out. I was like to my ex, oh my God, do you know? And she was like, yeah,
I've seen it. All your OnlyFans fans are like, yeah, we know, babe.
Sick.
We look at it all the time. And you
I'm like, I have one on my face and I have one in my butt crack. Like
That's
in
wonderful.
right next to my butthole.
And you never knew that until you did it.
I thought it was poo when I saw the video.
Jesus.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a fun little fact if you didn't know that about me.
I don't think anyone knew that about you. Except for people you've dated and people who subscribe to your OnlyFans.
Yeah. Put it in my bio on Instagram.
All the fans listening are like, yeah, no, we've seen that. We've seen that in your butt crack. True, that's a different type of self-assessment. I never thought about that.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I don't know. Editing your own content is a little bit weird some days.
Yeah, that would be.
Especially when I'm like not like, sometimes I just gotta like crop little hairs out if I've missed them. I gotta zoom all the way in. It's just a lot. Yeah.
But we all do that with normal photos anyway, so.
Crop my hairs out of my
Well, I mean, like, if you take a photo, a lot of us edit our Instagram photos anyway, so editing your, you know, other body parts is no different. It's normal. It's what we do.
It is
so this episode's going to be, like, a shorter one, and it's also, it's not goodbye. It's, like...
Insert sad music.
Yeah. It's, we're taking a small break, obviously, because I'm about to give birth anytime, like in the next week to 2 weeks. So we're taking a small hiatus from the podcast. Well, I feel like we'll just try to do what we can and take it as it comes. Like, if there's a day that I feel like, oh, I'm actually like feeling great, you know, maybe it's like 2 weeks after birth and I'm like, oh, I feel like I need to do something. Let's just fucking do it.
Absolutely.
So we don't want to put like a date or anything on it and be like, guys, we're not podcasting or
just
anything.
Give you some time.
Yeah, we're just giving you a pre-warning that you're not going to hear from us every week on the podcast.
For a little while.
But you can still obviously follow us on Instagram, TikTok. And I still will try to post YouTube videos, but I think I'll probably maybe have to take a break from that because I really don't know how I'm going to feel. Yeah, I just don't know how I'm going to feel, you know?
I mean, I feel like you're the kind of person that's so motivated. Like, when you have a very smooth... easy birth and this baby just falls out, who knows, next day you're probably going to be like, just gave birth, like, I'm vlogging.
Some people do that. Like, I've been watching vlogs of like first time mums and they'll be like, okay, so I'm 24 hours postpartum, and I'm like, what? You gave birth 24 hours ago and you're out here vlogging? Like, good on you.
I know, it's crazy, and I feel like that's going to be you, so
yeah, potentially.
I hope so.
We'll see how it goes. I'm not gonna like plan anything because I don't want to put pressure on myself, because I give myself like productivity anxiety when I make all these like plans and ideas and then I don't do them. I get really fucking stressed about it.
Wow, no need to stress. You just take your time. You're bringing life into the world.
Just need to take it day by day. But what I thought we could do is just go through like a, what do you call it, like a fire round, like a what would you call this?
Like speed dating?
Yeah, like speed dating, the hot topics of the week.
Oh, okay.
So I've written down all the hot topics that I've noticed on TikTok that have been like the big trends of the moment.
Yes.
And if I've missed any, just say one and we can just discuss it. But these are just the ones that I saw that I thought we could bring up and just give like a brief opinion on each, because I'm sure everybody wants to know our opinion.
Should I just fill my wine up quickly?
You absolutely should. All right, well, should we do the hot topics, or should we drop the bomb to them that you just dropped to me? Because that was
we'll do both. I just have to fill my wine up.
Just to keep you guys guessing, we'll go through the hot topics and then wait till the end, because Jordan just told me something so funny that I was like, you have to say that on the podcast, so wait till the end for that. All right, so firstly we have Sophie Turner hung out with Taylor Swift.
Oh my god, yeah, I saw that.
How crazy is that? We just spoke about them.
Wait, I'm still getting my brain wrapped around it. Did Taylor Swift date Nick and Joe Jonas?
I don't know if she dated Nick. I thought she just dated Joe.
No, she definitely dated Nick, because there was a scandal back in the day with Miley Cyrus, Selena Gomez, and Taylor Swift
Really?
and Nick Jonas. Back when they were all Disney girlies. Well, Taylor Swift's never been a Disney girlie, but I feel, unless Taylor Swift never dated Nick, because her bestie Selena dated Nick, and I've just had this wrong the whole time.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know about Nick, but I'm pretty sure she did date Joe.
Someone confirm this, please.
And now Sophie and Taylor have hung out. Like, how... Like, I just love petty celebrity drama like that. Like, when I saw a photo of them...
Anything.
I don't know. Either way, like, however they broke up, I feel like however they're going through a breakup, to have, like, your fresh ex hang out with one of your other exes who's so famous and take photos of it is like
so famous.
Yeah. And because Taylor Swift is at like the peak of, I mean, she's always been at a peak, but now
yeah, she's like at her peak of peaks. Yeah, she's like on Everest peak.
She is insane.
She's her own mountain. Yeah, literally. Which is so crazy to me. Like, her, as I've said before, her fans are like cult base. Like, just the other day at Cheer, this girl had Taylor Swift as her background on her phone. Like, this girl, 21 years old, so like an adult. And I looked over and I saw it and I was like, is that your fucking screensaver? And she goes, don't you dare fucking tell me that you're not a Swiftie.
Literally, though.
And like the look in her face, and I was like, I should have guessed you're a fucking blonde little thing. Like, of course you're a Swiftie. And I was like, don't get me wrong.
It's not a bad thing.
I think that there's some bangers, but I don't understand the cultness behind Taylor Swift's following.
Yeah, to have a celebrity as your background is pretty cult following.
It's like Cut for Justin vibes, but with Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was also a wild time. Which is so funny because my next topic is also Taylor Swift again.
Dating that guy from the place.
And have you seen the hilarious the TikToks? The TikToks of girls telling their boyfriends that Taylor Swift is now putting this guy on the map.
Yeah.
Is so fucking funny to me.
And how the NFL changed their bio to Taylor's version.
I laughed so hard because I was like, this is... the reason why these are so funny is because all of us girls watching it, whether you're like a diehard Swiftie or not...
Yeah. It's making me like her even more, to be honest.
Yeah, and I had actually never heard of that guy.
No,
like, I don't know him. I don't know anyone who plays in the NFL.
What's his name? Travis Casey?
Is it Travis? Something Casey, something Kelsey or something. But
Another Travis.
But I just think it's so hilarious that like all these dudes are like, "What? Didn't you watch the Super Bowl?" Like, yeah, I did, but I don't fucking know what the players' names are.
Yeah, unless you're an NFL fan, you wouldn't know. But everyone knows who Taylor Swift is.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I wouldn't consider myself a Swiftie at all, but I see her dating that guy, and I'm like, oh, okay, she's dating a football player now.
I thought it was really fucking cute though that like she was so excited for him.
Yeah,
like that's goals, man. Like
that was cute.
I saw this it was they're calling it the dusty ex-boyfriend, like I think it's called something like that. They gave an example of Blake Lively, how she dated Penn Badgley. Didn't work out, was still good, wasn't necessarily toxic, but it was like a long-term thing.
Yeah.
Had a little fling with Leonardo DiCaprio, which he belongs in the streets.
Yeah.
With 25 to 27-year-olds.
Yeah.
And then she meets Ryan Reynolds, love of her life husband. Apparently that was the example, but apparently that's where Taylor's at, and everyone thinks she's going to marry him.
Really? Who was her Dusty, the other guy?
I think she's had a few.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
A few Dusties.
Yeah, I don't know who she dated before.
So what's the theory that you have to date a Dusty and then meet the love of your life? I mean, don't we all think our exes are Dusties? like every ex, you're like, yeah, they're a Dusty.
Oh, I mean, my most recent ex isn't Dusty.
No, yeah, that's true.
And I mean,
that is true. Yeah, I'm just being rude for no reason.
I mean,
yeah, it's kind of like that movie Good Luck Chuck. You know how they like, if they sleep with him, then they'll marry someone.
Yes. Wow. I wonder what
it's like that.
I wonder if that's what's happening to me. I've gone through my Dusties and now I found my forever.
The one, yeah.
Well, I fucking hope so, 'cause I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it.
Next topic I had was, what is the girls' version of Roman Empire?
Oh my god.
Have you seen the boy one, the Roman Empire?
Yeah.
So funny.
Which is incredibly, like, I believe it. Like, I genuinely believe that is what men think about a lot. Definitely. Because it comes from, like, patriarchy
and like, just rough men like, and if it's not Roman Empire, it's something. It's like medieval or Vikings or Boston Tea Party, or there's something that they just thrive on for some weird reason.
I would say mine is definitely, I reshared it on TikTok the other day. Mine is definitely about getting taken.
Oh,
I think about it.
Definitely. I saw that repost
every day.
And I thought the exact same thing.
This morning on my walk, this man was walking in front of me and he stopped just like 3 meters just before I was getting to him, and he stopped and he turned and he had his hand on his hips and was just staring out onto the lake, and I immediately started freaking out because I walked past him and then he started walking again and started walking behind me, and the entire walk around this lake he was then probably like 10 meters behind me because I was power walking, but the whole time I was aware of his existence because I was like, what if he just pulls me into this bush?
And it's so annoying because then you're like, oh, I got to pause my headphones. I got to keep looking back now. I got to make sure there's no shadow next to me at all times. That's so true. We are always thinking about that.
Yeah, I'm getting fucking shin splints because I'm power walking so fast.
Literally. I did see you repost that, and that's exactly what I thought too, because I was like, that is so true that girls are always fucking thinking about that. Just yesterday, we're parked too close to someone, and I like caught like a glimpse of in the car, and it looked like someone was sitting in there. My first thought was, they're going to open their door and rip me into their car.
And take you in there, yeah.
They weren't. It was just an old woman just fucking sitting in a car.
No, but I get it.
But
parking next to a van, not a fucking chance.
No.
You wouldn't catch me dead doing that. Even if it's the last fucking car park at Pack Fair, no. I mean, that's not the place that we're living in right now, but you never fucking know.
Yeah, no. Girls, we don't park next to vans.
No.
We absolutely do not. And if we walk back to our cars at night after work, we have to have an escort.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'd like for it to be a man. Like, men are annoying and people always say that they're useless, but they're not. They have a purpose, and
some of them are good.
Being walked back to your car. But then what if he's the...
Yeah, that's where my brain went. Do we trust him?
Oh, that's horrible.
Oh, honestly, life of a female.
That is so definitely girls' Roman Empire.
Yeah, for real.
I've only got 3 more. So next one was, do you follow Maddie Grace Jepson?
No, but I've heard.
I will show you. I'll put a picture on the screen for you guys watching so that you can see who this person is. And this is her. She does like really funny TikToks.
Oh my god.
She's
one
hilarious.
That's like, when you know.
Yeah, it's this song. Yeah.
So
her TikTok came up in my For You page, right? But it was her other TikTok, like her second page.
Mm-hmm.
And she has 44,000 followers, and her bio says, help me get to 1 million. And I was thinking, how does she not have 1 million followers already? She's so fucking funny. And I did the most embarrassing thing, because I'm like on TikTok all the time now. I'm always commenting on shit. I'm just one of those people. And I commented on one of her TikToks and I go, I'm personally going to help you get to 1 million because I think you're so funny. Like, I think she's hilarious.
Yeah, she is.
And so I'm going through, I'm liking every TikTok. I'm just liking them, I'm commenting because I genuinely...
You have so much time on your hands.
So embarrassing. I had to tell the story. And then I'm on Instagram and I see her at like a... she did an interview with the girl from Little Mermaid.
Yeah. Halle Bailey.
Yeah, she does an interview with her and I thought, wow... She only has 44,000 followers and she's doing an interview with her? Like, that's crazy. Like,
I have more than that.
Yes, like, how do I get to that? That's so good on her. And then I click on the page and I realise that she has another Instagram that has 1.6 million and she's obviously very famous on it. And I was like, she doesn't need my help.
She is fucking hilarious.
She is not
the little tongue thing.
She's so funny.
I mean, I hope she saw your message and I hope she goes, oh, I love that lady. I hope that that's what happened. I mean, if she didn't respond, we can only hope for the best.
It's just, I was like, that is so cringe. Like, I'm thinking, I'm going to help her get famous. She's already very famous. 10 times more famous than me.
Thank God.
Yeah. She's like, thank God Zoe is finally going to help me out. I was like, fuck, that's so embarrassing.
Literally. It's okay.
Yeah.
You're heavily pregnant, that's what you can blame everything on.
Yeah, it was just like a cringe event for me. I was like, that is so embarrassing. I was going to go back and find my comment and delete it. And I was like, no, it's funny because one day I'll meet her and I'll tell her the story and I'll be like, this is so embarrassing. And we're going to be
singing the song together.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. All right, last 2. Canon Events. Do you know what they are? Because I had to Google it. I didn't know what it was. A Canon event is apparently like, if someone's going through a Canon event, you're not supposed to stop them. So it's like, the theory came from comic books apparently. Like, Spider-Man's Canon event was his uncle being killed. Like, you can't stop that because that helped him on his whole journey of his story. So it has to happen to be a part of the story.
I feel like I've had a few of them.
Yeah. So now people on TikTok are saying their Canon event. So they're saying like, you know, my friend is starting to talk to her ex again, but I can't interrupt because it's a Canon event.
Oh.
And I was like, this is so insane because this, for me as an older sister, my younger siblings, anything they did in life, I always tried to interrupt and be like, no, don't do that. This is how you should do it. But then I had to stop doing that.
Wow, such a different perspective.
Yeah, and then I realised, can't get involved.
Well, I mean, you're also going to learn that into parenthood as well. Like when your kids, obviously not for a while, but like once they're older, you're going to have to just take the step back and not intervene and let them make their own mistakes at one point in their life.
With children and family and like your best friends, it feels like sometimes you want to intervene, but I feel like I've been living by this quote lately for people outside of that circle, which is, not my monkeys, not my circus.
Period.
I love that quote so fucking much. And that's what I thought of when I found out what Canon Event was, because when people do things or tell me stories about their lives, my first instinct is to give advice, and then I just go...
A solution, yeah.
Not my circus.
That's a really good perspective to have. I mean, I try and live by that, but I'm like such an empath that I just like immediately take on everyone's feelings, and then it just like weighs me down, but I'm working on it.
It's hard not to do it, but I think once you train yourself in the habit of not getting involved in people's Canon events, you'll be like, wow, I can just view people. I can just view life, not get involved. I mean, you can give opinions and advice and stuff to your friends, but sometimes it's just like, not my circus, you know?
Yeah, I got my own circus.
I got my own fucking circus, yeah.
Fucking hell. I got aerobics and shit going on in the air. I got no idea what's happening.
Yeah, you have a literal circus.
I know. I'm the conductor. I'm like that guy, Hugh Jackman in The Greatest Showman. That's me.
I've actually never seen that movie. Him and his wife just broke up. That's another
I did see
hot
that.
topic.
He is sexy.
There's a theory that he's gay.
I get
and that she's been a beard his whole life and career, which
I
is
believe
really
it.
fucking sad if that's true.
Or it's, I mean, if he's never felt like comfortable to come out. Maybe she was like the one person he was in love with and he was in love with her for her. But like he's actually a little fruity.
He is a bit fruity.
He's giving fruity.
He is.
He's very like flamboyant, in touch with his feminine side.
But I also wonder if that's just because he's like a theatre guy.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe it's his his background.
Because he also does give very like masculine energy as well.
Who knows? Will we ever know?
We probably won't.
Should we take a wild guess before we know? Last guess.
Yeah.
Of what you think it might be.
I still think it's a boy.
I think it's a boy too.
I really think it's a boy. I can't. If I try to envision it being a girl, it doesn't compute. But if I just think about the baby, I'm like, it's a boy. But I don't know if I've tricked myself into that.
I get boy energy, especially because of how your pregnancy's been, how you look, like everything. I guess we'll find out soon.
We'll find out very fucking soon.
And then you guys will find out soon.
I know. Just quickly before we wrap this up though, I need you to say what you said before.
Oh my God.
The camera wasn't recording yet and I was like, you need to say that again.
Oh, I put my wedding rings up on Marketplace.
So if you're in the market.
If anyone wants some secondhand engagement or wedding rings.
Did you put anything in the...
Yeah, I put the caption up. I put up for like how much they were bought for. And I said, but I don't have any certificates or receipts because I didn't pay for them. And I put a clown emoji next to it and I said, please make an offer.
Shit.
And so far I've just had time wasters.
Facebook Marketplace.
At this point, now that I've decided I want to sell them, if they don't go in about a month, I reckon I'm just going to take them to cash converters.
Yeah. Take them to
Get
the
a bit of
shop.
Christmas money. I mean, it's not like I'm ever going to make... I didn't pay for them. It's not like I'm ever going to make money, like a lot of money for them when I don't have any sort of proof of what they are, where they're from.
You can take them to a jeweler, like a local jeweler, and they can melt the metal down and change the stones into something else.
It's either that or throwing it in the ocean. I don't want to keep it. I don't want to keep it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I already have a tattoo I also need to get rid of.
That's a lot easier.
Baby steps.
Get it covered. Someone said to me recently, I can't remember who it was, but someone said, because I said I like to go on Facebook Marketplace and look through the free section, because people put the wildest shit in there.
Yeah.
Which actually I did a YouTube video on ages ago. I should do another one because it was so funny, the shit that I found. But then whoever I was talking to said, oh, have you ever looked up engagement rings? And I was like, no, why would I look that up on Facebook Marketplace? And they're like, go on Facebook Marketplace, look up engagement rings.
And
because
the bios?
sometimes people put the drama in the fucking bio. Like they say, like, what happened.
Maybe I should go update it for funsies.
Because then it gets clicks. And then Facebook goes, oh, people love this. But they might just be there for the tea.
I mean, I should just do that for fun. Why not?
Why not?
Go check me out on Facebook Marketplace. Spat everywhere. Fucking hell.
At the end of every podcast, we're plugging, like, go follow us on Instagram, go follow us on TikTok, also go follow Jordan on Facebook.
Go buy my wedding ring on Facebook Marketplace.
Oh, that's wild.
Oh, well, hopefully by the next episode, we know if it's a boy or a girl, or if I sold my wedding ring.
Yeah, that'll be the next update. Yeah. And thank you guys for just supporting, watching, liking, subscribing.
Loving.
It's so much fun. And I am going to make a promise that when we come back, we will have microphones.
That's a big promise.
I know, it's a big promise because we haven't done it.
We keep moving locations since we left the Tessie.
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe we'll go back to the Tesla.
We might, yeah.
Who knows? We did say that we were just going to take a hiatus to indoor because of summer being over. Now it's coming back.
True.
We've got time. Who knows?
We can get back to the Tesla, but regardless, we'll have microphones. I just, honestly, I'll be totally honest, I have no fucking clue which ones to buy, how to set them up, how to connect them to my laptop. I really don't understand it.
Yeah.
So I need to ask an expert for help. Or if someone knows, or if someone has a fucking podcast and knows, can you email me and literally tell me what to buy?
Yeah, don't tell me.
Because yeah, tell me. I'll do it. Because I really don't know what I'm doing. And I just want us to sound good for you guys.
Yeah, I want to do like ASMR.
Yeah, just...
Yeah, and I really I swallow really hard sometimes. So I can't wait to get that in.
Sometimes I have to edit out both. That's so triggering.
It's so bad.
Sometimes I have to edit out both of us, like we always go, like,
oh my god, all the time.
And when I'm editing, I try to like edit it out, and sometimes I'm like, fuck it, that's just how we talk. Who cares?
I love it.
All right, we gotta go. You guys heard that alarm. Jordan's gonna
gotta
work.
I'll have some prosecco.
Thank you guys.
Love yous.